Hello everyone, this is Suzanne and God Crochet and Chatter. I just did my video on the book of Obadiah, which you'll see in just a moment. I was showing you some things that I was working on, and I forgot to show you my blanket. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, this is the Afghan, the ripple Afghan that I'm working on. And this is, I have now got 2 rolls in it. That's how wide it is. And then it goes from there all the way over to here. So there it is. I am really liking how this is turning out, and I know my daughter will be delighted with it when it gets her gift at Christmas time. Now that being said, I hope she doesn't watch this video. I never know when she's going to pop in, but I'll take a chance. Alright everyone, next coming up is the overview of Obadiah and more. Hello everyone, this is Suzanne and God Crochet and Chatter. I am back again today. Today is Monday. On Mondays we do an overview of one of the books in the Bible. We have been studying and going through the Bible in a year, and I know this kind of threw some of you off when I decided to just start where we were at and just do each book following through up to Revelation instead of going back and forth between the old and new. Some of you were keeping tracks of the week. Now there is the book that we were using, and this is the book, The Bible in 52 Weeks. Now, in the book, when we left off, we were on week 42. We were studying Ezekiel, Daniel, and then on week 43, then they started having us go back and forth. So we went up to week 42, and then when I got sick and I came back, I decided it'd be easier to do the book by book review, overview, and finish out our study through the year of a Bible that way. We were up to book 42, so what you can do now is just keep track of each book we overview and add that as another week. Okay, today we're going to discuss Obadiah. I was going to do both Obadiah and Jonah together, but there's quite a bit in Jonah overview, and I found some good things also in the book of Obadiah, even though it's 1 chapter and 21 verses. Some very powerful stuff in that short book. That is the shortest book in the Old Testament. After I get done with this, I will show the progress on my Afghan and a beautiful scrubby I made. And we're going to talk about the giveaway. I will be announcing the giveaway this Wednesday. It's going to be a very nice giveaway, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to have it running yet. Probably 2 weeks. So you'll want to make sure you pop back in on Wednesday and check on that. All right, let's get started for today, shall we? And thank you for all of your comments. I truly appreciate each and every one of them. I do ask that you do comment. If you can't comment, please press that like button so at least I know you're there. I know a lot of you don't comment or hit the like button. Just take a tiny moment and press that like button for me. All right, let's get started on Obadiah. As I mentioned, it's the shortest book in the Bible, containing 1 chapter and 21 verses. This was the coming judgment of Edom, people of Esau, for your violence against your brother Jacob. Why? For standing by and gloating when Babylon invaded Judah. They also loot Judah in the aftermath and turn those who have escaped over to the Babylonians. Wow. Theme is God will punish those who harm his people. When people take advantage of us, it seems as though they have gotten away with it. Obadiah tells us they will not escape God's judgment. Nobody does. Obadiah's message is that God will not forget his people even in their captivity, but will accomplish his purpose through and beyond the appalling conditions they endured. Obadiah served as an overseer of the household of evil King Ahab. He remained a devoted servant of God. He is known for safeguarding 100 prophets of God from Ahab's wife by hiding them in a cave, 50 in one and 50 in another. You can find that in 1 Kings 18, 1 through 6. He was bringing them food and water also. Why did God judge Edom so harshly in the book of Obadiah? Their heart of pride, their violent acts against Israel, their attitude toward Jerusalem's destruction, their plundering and looting of Jerusalem, their mistreatment of Jerusalem's survivors. Edom had been a long-time enemy of Israel ever since the time of Exodus. The Edomites were related to the Israelites. The Edomites were descendants of Esau, the twin brother Jacob and grandson of Abraham. This family tie should have incited compassion for Israel's plight. Instead, it makes Edom's actions even more repulsive, not only God's chosen people, but also their relatives. Wow. That was a very horrible time that the Edomites were persecuting Jerusalem, God's people. They would even turn them in after they found them when they had escaped. I want to say I can't imagine living in those times, and up to a point that's true, but haven't we seen a lot of looting in the city of Detroit and other places that they go in? And New York City, they've ruined New York by looting and destroying. People are living in the streets. It's just a horrible, horrible place to live. And a lot of states are without police protection because they wanted to defund the police, and we see what that brought. Wherever God's word is absent, chaos, destruction, ridicule, death always happens. In that darkness, there is no good. But we as Christians have hope when there's darkness, because we know that we are children of God and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We might fear some things that we've never had to fear or think about in the future, but we can put that fear on a back burner, knowing that God will always see us through the situation, always provide for us. It may be that we do die at the point of death, and God has those reasons why he saves some, why he doesn't. It's all in God's grand plan for us, and we have to trust in that. I know it's hard to understand when a loved one dies of cancer or something horrible happens, but we have to trust in the Lord's will and the Lord's direction in our lives. There's a lot of evil in this world, and a lot of this can be attributed to sin. The Edomites, they were deep in sin. And, they were descendants way back to Abraham. Wow. That's pretty long to be against God. Wow. I can't imagine not helping somebody, as I've said many, many times before, and I'm sure you also. We have to be alert, even maybe hide somebody. Corey Ten Boom, she was in a prison, and a lot of times she hid her Bible, and and she had a hiding place, and we need a hiding place sometimes, and God will make sure we get to a hiding place, just like Obadiah took 100 prophets, 50 in each cave, and he brought them water and food and kept them safe. So be of good courage that God is out ahead of us, fighting for us. And there have been many prophets come and go, and we but need to look to the scriptures to see how things are, where things are headed toward, and be aware of it. But live each day as if it was your last, that Christ was coming any second, any minute. And whether we live or die, we are the Lord's, right? All right, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that overview of Obadiah. I enjoyed studying it. Now I'm going to show you my progress. I made a scrubby. My granddaughter, loves scrubbies. And I thought, well, I need to get busy and start making some Christmas gifts, right? Are you there with me on Christmas gifts? But I made this scrubby. And this fits on the handle of my kitchen faucet. And isn't it pretty? I love the colors. This is, I got a light purple scrubby yarn like this. And then this is Premier Home Cotton. And the color is, what is the color? Fruity Speckle. And there's 96 yards. I should be able to get another scrubby out of this very easily, maybe 2. Because I hold 1 strand of each. And Sarah Sack, on her YouTube channel, has the Super Scrubby pattern. And she also has a pot holder, she made a triple pot holder that's very nice. This is the beginning of a granny square pot holder I'm working on. As you can see, I got my markers, and I showed you how to do this before. I think I did a video on it, and I'll make the outer edge around here to connect these 2 squares together. I've made these out of acrylic for years. I've never had any issues. I take pans off the stove, I put them on there, I've taken things out of the oven with them. I've never had any issue. Now, a cast iron, really super hot pan, I wouldn't set on this. But everybody loves them, and this will be part of the upcoming giveaway, as well as this crocheted heart coaster. I made it in the same yarn, and I did white as the accent. So those 2 are going to be in the giveaway, and I got to gather a few more things. So yeah, on Wednesday, look out for that giveaway, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a blessed day or evening. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow with another devotional. Take care, everyone.